Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. It's Monday. What day is today? Is it the 21st of February today? It is. It's Monday the 21st. I have this scrap of paper and there's nothing written on it because I was trying to decide what I would give back to the world today, okay? So if I'm gonna give back to the world, what is it that I want to give back as an idea, as an emotional process from a human being and my perspective on things that could be meaningful, that it could give something back of value. Taking a look at the energies today, sharing healing, sharing love. I mean, I'm moved by all of these recent events going on here in Canada. I've been emotional about it. If you want the real news, you're not going to get it on TV. You need to get on TikTok. I couldn't believe that TikTok could have so much valuable purpose, but it does. It gives you access to real people in real places. And there's a lot of incredible people that have been filming on TikTok their Convoy experience in Ottawa. And you can see what a diverse group, what a loving group of people, and so much generosity going on there. There was a Sikh movement with hot dogs for everybody. There is a statement, is this true? I don't know for sure, but what you can see are real people helping people, real people with constant generosity and kindness. There's been no violence. And it was said that the 90% of all crimes in Ottawa have been diminished. So crime rates have gone down by 90% since the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa. Is that true? I don't know. These people are being arrested. There's people, thousands of people praying on their knees, praying. Nobody is violently attacking anybody. Look at the States when it was Trump versus Biden and all the violence that was taking place there. Black Lives Matter was a violent movement. A violent movement. What does it say when these Canadians have presented absolutely no violence in order to be heard? What does it say in the beauty of that? I feel like that speaks louder than anything I've been presented with. Watching all those people praying as they're being pushed around, trampled on by men on horses. And there's a question mark out there. A lot of the police officers in Ottawa have resigned, or if they're still there, there's discomfort. You can tell. But there's now a federal police. And there's thoughts that maybe it's the UN is out there wearing these police uniforms and following through with a different kind of global order. I feel the reason why I'm tired of a world that just cannot give back to people who are so benevolently loving, and they aren't asking for much. They aren't even asking for money. They're just simply asking for a moment of your time, Justin Trudeau. But instead of giving that to them, Justin Trudeau enacts this Emergencies Act, freezing all bank accounts, has the power to do whatever he wants with anybody's bank account in Canada now. Suspended Parliament. There's no intellectual debate on whether this is appropriate or not. Like, where did the intelligence go? And things got loud with Spotify and Joe Rogan and Neil Young. And now it's moved on to the Freedom Convoy and Justin Trudeau. And what is going on? It's good. It's all very good. Because when there's a wound, when there's infection, there's obviously an infection going on here. What's the infection? What's the sickness? What's the illness? When people don't matter as equals. When people are their lives are being destroyed. When people's lives are being destroyed for doing nothing wrong, that's an infection right there. It's not about whether you got the vaccine or you didn't get the vaccine. It kind of is, right? But it's actually about people who want to decide what's best for them. And now what the movement is, it's not the people decide. The people's opinion is what guides the government. It's the government that decides for itself. And now it is persecuting and punishing its own citizens. It's destroying the lives of its own citizens. How in the world is a government going to survive like that? What is going to become of the citizens whose lives are being destroyed? What's the government's plan with them? It's not their tax dollars that is going to support the balance of the government and pay these people their wages. Hardworking people. The problem is that this media is not helping anybody to see what's really going on here. And the rhetoric that is used is very, it expresses its opinion, okay, as a one-sided opinion. So if you're on that one-sided opinion, you're in the good. But if you're against it, which is actual sanity, to be against that one-sided opinion is actually sanity. Because what they're presenting is insanity. They're actually lying. Maybe it's convenient and comfortable to just side with a big bully liar than it is to just look at the honest people. So what is going to happen in the world? This could be just the beginning, right? Is it just in Canada? Is it in the United States? Is it in the world? This is an infection. This is a huge infection. And money has a big something to do with it. When you have money, you can buy opinions. You can buy statistics. You can buy whatever you want. You can move and herd people like cattle, however you want to move them. It's like a Squid Game concept. Insanely rich individuals can fund whatever they want to fund for fun. I don't believe that people who have excessive quantities of money have lost all heart. But perhaps when you've risen above the rest of the world because of that, you don't really relate to regular people anymore. I don't know. I've been doing lots of journeying, lots of healing, as much as I can. I've been looking at what is the psychological balance of the people who are choosing to represent the police in Ottawa. There was one in particular I looked at who had a past life as a very small person who was always picked on. Just wanted to live a lifetime where they could be bigger than everybody else. Literally physically taller and stronger in not only body but in mind, okay? And that is what they could be in this life. It's just a bigger person. Not in heart, the bigger person in heart, but just a bigger person. That's it. That they didn't have to be bullied by anybody, that they could be the bully now. And it was such a small mind, small mentality. that I tried to help this one to explore what it's like to be in other people's shoes. Any shoes. Could be the Freedom Convoy, could be just some average Joe, and could be somebody who has success, but just to diversify their viewpoints of things. And as soon as I did that, there was this humongous, shadowy influence. I mean, for me, it's like there's so much practicality, you know, for me to talk about the dark side of what is going on here. A lot of people are just going to laugh and think this is just absurd. That's why I try to remind even practical people that you can make choices that are to blatantly harm people. You can make choices that are to help people. So if you call the choices that are to harm others, you could say as the dark side, okay, and the choices that are to help others is the light side. You can't really argue with an energetic reality. We have emotions that feel despair or they feel empowered. Despair, you could say, is the dark side, empowered is the light side. Now, if we could actually see emotions not as a feeling but a visual image, you can see there's a lot of dark influence here. You don't have to believe in a spirit realm to be able to understand what I'm talking about now. Well, there was a being that was attached to the backside of this one that was, this is mine. This person is my person. This is my person. This one is mine. And so I just inhaled that consciousness right inside of myself, and I just held it in a place of love. And then I cried for it, and it came out in my tears. And then there was 4 more of these really dark beings, okay? And there were, I mean, I'm in this like underground kind of pyramid, and they each are standing at each of the 4 corners of the pyramid, and they are really possessive. They're really possessive of their food, which is people who are easily influenced because they want to be big in this lifetime. And they would rather be representing somebody who is bigger in a dog-eat-dog world than somebody who is small. It's like, wow, what it takes to have a mind complex like this cannot be swayed because cannot comprehend complex and vibrant, colorful life experiences beyond just this one thing. It's like not even a black and white world. It's just black. It's just one color. It's just black, or it's just white. Like it can't be black or white. It's just one. That's how small-minded this person was. And then when I tried to give them the opportunity to add color to their palette of view, to open themselves up, there's all this dark influence saying, no, this one's mine. And now I'm in this pyramid and there's these 4. And I just open. It's like I found you. You didn't find me, I found you. And I open this place up to all the love and the light of the universe. But I'll tell you what, that energy was so saturated and draining. And you don't forget it, you know? You don't forget it. Are good people too patient, too forgiving, that we let this get out of hand? Do you know what I mean by that? So there's plenty of us who are aware of the imbalances of society, okay? And we work through it. It's life. But we don't demand better than this. Like, we don't all come out and demand better. And now that's happening. This Freedom Convoy is demanding better. And look at the vulnerabilities and insecurities that are just oozing straight out of the government here in Canada. I mean, they can't even hide it. They can't even try to hide it. It's so obvious. That how many people are just too darn exhausted? How many people don't want to lose their jobs or their kids? Because that's the other thing. It was just recently stated that they are going to go through the cameras, and every single person, they will find you, even if it takes months or years, they will find you. And you will have no job, no money. Your kids will be taken away from you. I'm not kidding. This is being broadcasted. If you support these truckers, you're done. I can't even imagine those truckers that were the leaders of the group that have gone into, behind closed doors with the police. What's going on there? What type of ultimatum they're being provided? You either this or this. I'm just waiting for them to be released. Either they have to renounce everything they've done in order to protect the rest of their life and their family, or they continue to be stubborn in what they're standing for, which is a gift to every single person on the planet, not just Canada, because it's so loud and influential. That could put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy. Who knows? I mean, what I'm looking at with this government, they're capable of anything. They're capable of putting people in work camps who don't want a vaccine. Who knows what? I mean, that's how insane it is. How many people want to agree with this because it's just easy? Or you just want to say, well, if they would just get their vaccine, then this wouldn't be an issue. Then we could all just be fine. Everybody would just, why can't they just get the vaccine? Maybe that's what you need to ask yourself. Well, why can't they just get the vaccine? Why do they have to? I don't know. How many videos do I need to make to vent about this, Just, I'm sad about it, but I'm proud of people. I make all these videos, and sometimes I know I'm not talking to a wall, but what is the desire in the human race to evolve beyond this? We can be a race of extraordinary, intelligent, benevolent beings. We can be grateful for everybody, for life. It's a good time to reflect, I guess. So anyway, I was gonna ask the Arcturians if they had anything to say. I like working with Arcturians because they're pretty straightforward. They're really cut and dry. And I feel like they have a good way of presenting information. I just want to see what they have to say. So this message is to just talk and share about what's going on in Canada and my feelings and how I'm impacted by it. And then to also get an outside opinion from Arcturian beings and just see what they have to say, okay? You're showing me that I'm relaxed and I'm calm, and I'm following my heart. And they say that's all anybody can do. It's all anybody can do. Follow your heart. Can you dislike somebody so boldly? Can you destroy someone because they chose to simply follow their heart? You don't think like me, you don't act like me, you're not doing what I'm doing. Therefore, we need to get rid of you type of people. They're showing me this mentality is a bully. It's like I was reading some Bible scriptures, and it's like the world hasn't changed. You have these wicked people, and then you have these others that are guided by God. I don't know that I necessarily like some of the rhetoric, but I understand it, you know. Is the human race not able to get out of this good and bad, light and dark, wicked people, divine people? However, the answer is, when you're intolerant of others who are following their heart, who are not harming anybody, who are not even harming themselves, who are doing the best they know how to communicate what is in their heart, if there is something inside of you that hates that person for representing that, go find out why. Find out where that hate is coming from. I mean, you can look at history and you can see so many wars. And people hate each other over religions. We can't stand that religion because they're not our religion. We can't stand that person because they look like this and I look like that. That's not from the heart process of relating to others. That's small-minded. It's violent even. It's interesting. It's the ones that follow their heart that don't often. It's almost like I see this person representing a nastiness, a spitefulness, a hatred, pointing their finger at somebody who's just standing there, being peaceful, being humble. And it's like these long claws are coming out of them. They just want to rip them apart. So this peaceful, humble person's out. Now what do? Do they need to grow claws and rip them apart back? Is that the solution? I'm going to ask the Arcturians, what is the solution? Do peaceful people need to suddenly now get guns in order to fight back? Because that's just giving in to violence. I think peacefulness is powerful. Let's just see. What is your recommendation? Is peacefulness loud and influential enough? Arcturians smile and say, what is lacking in the one growing the claws? Peace. And they're trying to create the mirror and the peaceful person so that they can see themselves in that peaceful person, right? Now growing the claws and fighting. So if the peaceful person remains peaceful, can influence inner peace in the one that has lost their inner peace. Therefore, the peaceful person must remain peaceful in order to create the reflection of peace in the world. And I say, well, what about World War II, for instance? Look at all the people that went to war. I mean, that was an all-out, humongous event, a world movement. Could peace have been enough? How was peace going to work? See what they say. Okay, this is interesting. They show me that people holding guns put their guns down. Now we have peace. So if peace is influential enough, then nobody needs to hold a gun to anybody else's temple or heart. That peace can influence even the police to put their guns down or resign. That that peacefulness can even move those new members of this new police force to learn another way of being. Where, for instance, that one that I'd journeyed into needs to feel that he is part of a safe world where he doesn't have to be big or small, he can just be. Doesn't feel he lives in a safe world where he can just be. Therefore lives in a self-protected state. Protecting himself, surviving. The more peace that we represent, the more influential that we can be in creating a peaceful world. Almost like World War II was going to inevitably go around again. It's almost like we're meeting ourselves in that revolving doorway, and we're going to be asked, do we want to do an all-out global war, or do we want to influence peace in all people? If there's nobody to hold a gun, if there's nobody to be a participant in the military, there is no military. If there's nobody to take orders to destroy somebody else's life because they're choosing peace now too, then there are no orders. There is no influence from anybody with money or no money, because peace is more powerful than that. They say that peace is the most important representation of human evolution that we could aspire to be. And round of applause for the Canadians who taught the whole world how to handle the situation. That we must continue to represent a huge mass of loving, peaceful people can influence anybody and everybody. Can change the whole world. And it was Canada that influenced that. It was the truckers that influenced that. It was the truckers that did it. Taught the whole world the power of peace. And right now, we're seeing the insecurities of the government is overwhelmingly insecure over peaceful people. Look at how uncomfortable peaceful people make the government. How is that possible? And the Arcturians say that being peaceful, and they encourage anyone in America a part of a trucker movement, no guns, no knives, any type of influence where they're trying to bring in actors into the protests, people paid to behave a certain way to try to create rallies and violence. Peace needs to go. Remove those people. There is going to be no violence. No violence. We need to keep getting things brighter in this world. Making it bright. Singing, praying, laughing, dancing, celebrating. That is where the power is. And that's what will influence the world. Everybody in the world. This could be that evolutionary moment that we have all been waiting for. And the Arcturians say to continue to be bold with peace. All right. I'm going to continue to shine light into wherever I feel called to share light and transmute whatever insecure, vulnerable energies I come across. And you can too. You can choose to visualize Washington, D.C. or Ottawa or anywhere in the world. Is just visualize a big happy face. Visualize a big heart. Visualize Jesus is standing there. A representation of unconditional love. That's all you have to do, and you feel it in your heart. You can visualize gardens growing in places that need the light more than ever before. The government needs the light. The government needs peace. The police need peace. People of all ages need peace. People of all amounts of money need peace. Justin Trudeau needs peace inside of himself. When we are not peaceful, we make extreme decisions. We need to keep shining the light. We need to keep healing. We need to keep praying. We need to keep being strong in that representation of a good and evolved, incredible, benevolent, intelligent human being. We need to shine light into the media. Encourage people to speak from the heart and not let their words be bought out, but to speak from the heart the truth. And we need to speak from the heart the truth. It's all we can do, right? All right. Thank you so much for watching. All we can do is see what comes next, right? And keep trying to be the most genuine people we can be. And if this makes us sad, I think we have a right to say that. If this makes us proud of people standing up for freedoms, we have a right to say that. If we want to help people, we have a right to help them, especially when we care from the heart. Okay. Have an amazing day, everybody.